Yep. Yep. You see it. You see it right there. Butt naked drug. That's what we're dealing with nowadays. Butt naked drug. People. 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 Why we gotta do why? Just why? Why I gotta be a butt naked, booty butt naked drug? Why? I'm I go back to something MC Light said, just like a test I crammed to understand. Come on. This drug that this lady took is called a butt naked drug. Hmm. So I'm taking, if I pop this pill, whatever it is, I don't know what type of drug it is. I ain't even gonna do all that. But if I pop this pill, and this pill is supposed to make me get butt naked, something that I can do without a pill, why would I take the pill? You see it. Alert, alert, alert. Butt naked drug. Police officer gets run over by a female in Chicago, Chi-Town's finest, gets run over by a female who had the butt naked drug in her. She was booty butt naked. Man, y'all, just listen to this right here. Just listen.
You all right? You all right? Hey, what happened to him? Hey, what happened? He took the car? Took the police?
Now the police officer, he tried to help this young lady who's booty butt naked. Just what was she? Just booty butt naked.
Walking around fucking naked.
Yes, that right there. Just doing what you got to do.
Car ran him over. A young guy? A woman? A woman took the police car and ran him over
Why would she run him over? Where are you going butt naked? In a police car.
She took the police car and ran him over. These motherfuckers crazy.
Exactly. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Now, Channel 7, man, I tip my hat off to my baby sis, girl, sending this to me. Lord have mercy. Now, Channel 7 they did they chiming in on it. Y'all listen to what Channel 7 said.
There was a Chicago police officer on the ground waiting for an ambulance to arrive after he was run over by his own squad car when a woman stole it from him.
Now, time out. Whoa. How in the world did how did she get in the squad car? In the driver's seat. Sound like to me somebody else wanted to get what? Yeah. Somebody else wanted to do it. How's she gonna get in the driver's seat, bruh? I mean, judging by the look of this officer, you know, you're not a spring chicken. She was just a little quicker than you. And she had something else in mind than what you had in mind. How is it, officer? See, you got some explaining to do. I don't mean no harm. This officer, he got some explaining to do. How in the world did he get knocked out of the driver's seat or removed from being in front, and she's in the driver's seat? She runs over him. You too slow, Joe. It's time for you to go ahead. You're going to put your retirement in. This right here finalizes your retirement. Because I ain't going to assume, but I'm just saying, it sounds like, it sounds like Slow Joe, he may have, and I'm just going to say may have, He may have wanted to do that. He just may have wanted to do that. I'm just saying. Don't blame me. I'm just a messenger. Don't blame me. I'm just a messenger. But let's listen on to what they said on Channel 7 up in Chicago.
It was horrific. It's sad what happened to the officer. The young lady, whoever she was completely naked.
Reuben Dunning saw the situation unfold from his apartment on the corner of Jackson Boulevard and Costner. He says the officer stopped to help the lady who was lying in the street.
But he had got out the car and see what was going on with her because she was just completely naked. And she ran and jumped in his car and ran him over.
The woman fled in the squad car on the Eisenhower Expressway. She ended up crashing into about 5 vehicles on Harrison and Damon. Nicholas Ramsey was on his way to work as a resident in the rush emergency room when his car was hit.
Wow. So she was really, really up on it. You know, I got more information up on this. All jokes aside, the lady, come to find out, she had been drugged and also raped. So whether or not she was all into, having this bucket naked drug to herself and everything, that, is yet to be known. But it later did come out, state that she had been drugged with this butt naked drug and also raped. Now, let's go back. The reason why they call it butt naked is because after taking this drug, you got to take your clothes off. I guess you're hot. You can't stand what's on you. You got to take it off. Now, it didn't say whether or not they were erotically, doing all type of, like the ecstasy pills, doing that kind of mess. It just said that she was laying in the road, butt naked. And you see, yeah, they out there. Now, this is in Chicago. Hopefully it stays in Chicago. Keep that butt naked drug up that way. Keep it up there. It's too hot down in the Carolinas and in the southeast region. It's just too hot for that kind of mess. Too hot to be taken any time. Yeah, alert. It's too hot for that type of drug. Laying in the middle of the street. You will cook. Have you ever took an egg and just threw the egg out on the street and see what it do? That's what you're going to do. You're going to cook butt naked. Don't do it, ladies and gentlemen. Do not try this drug. It's not for everybody. And evidently, it wasn't for this lady either, because my thing is, if you go back to the beginning of this video, y'all check this out right here. Look at the police car driver window. Y'all see that? I'm gonna do my screen down a little bit. That way you can see it a little bit better. Look at the police driver car driving. Look at her, door wide open. So that tells you she don't have all her wits with her. She's not fully, she don't know what she doing. But this young fella, right? Yeah, I'm calling him young. This young fella, right? Pojo. He still got some explaining to do as to how that lady. He has some major explaining to do as to how this lady got into his vehicle and then so happily to run him over. She goes from laying in the road butt naked to jumping in his vehicle. But my thing is this right here. Why you leave the keys in the car? You in Chicago. So yeah, obviously you slow. This officer's name has to be something Joe. Joseph, Joman, Joel, something with Joe, because he's slow. This dude is very slow. Now, if he's patrolling that neighborhood, he knows not to leave the keys in his vehicle. But Slow Joe did it. Yes, he did. He did it. The butt naked drug. I just can't get over that. You're going to take all your clothes off and just lay in the road. You heard it. He said she just jumped in the car and ran him over. Hear it again.
She was naked and he tried to help her, and she jumped in the car and ran him over.
But see, she wasn't just naked. She was, she was bucket naked. all the way. Nothing on, not even socks. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Just walking around. Oh, most people do that in their house, not outside laying on the road. Who? Yeah.
A naked ass woman,
Monique,
police officer trying to help
I
her.
hope that don't come to the Carolinas.
And he got out
Because
the car, she
I'm not gonna
jumped
be
in the
one
car
peeking
and
out the
ran him
window to
over.
see who walking up and down the road,
Jumped
walking
in the
around.
police car and drove off.
As my man said, bucket naked. I'm not gonna be that one. No. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. But once
These
again,
motherfucking
this lady,
crackheads gone
she was
wild over
drugged.
here.
Supposedly, she was drugged and raped, and evidently, she was still high on that drug called butt naked. Because the drug, it makes you hot, makes you want to take off all your clothes. Go back to what my man said. It's getting hot in here. Got to take off all my clothes, and that's what she done. She was listening to. Nah, I ain't gonna say that, but. But this lady right here, she got some heavy explaining to do too. And I hope the story is true. Therefore, she will not, you know, I'm sure they're gonna charge her, but at the same time,
right here was bogus.
I hope they take a little bit of leniency in the fact that if her story does pan out to be true, that she was raped and drugged and raped. So therefore, she wasn't being her clear self. And she hopefully she may not even remember what
I
happened.
don't condone no kind of violence for real.
So maybe, hopefully
That
the
shit right there
judicial
bogus
system
as
will
hell.
give her some type of leniency and go after the people who allegedly raped her
I hope
and
officer
drugged her.
died.
But beware, this is something new here, ladies and gentlemen. It's called
And he
butt
was just
naked
trying to help the
drug,
damn lady.
and it's going to be in your city if it's not already. If you haven't heard about it, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen people, and there was another story where the young man up in Chicago this week as well was standing on top of
Oh,
a
they got her
van,
ass. They said she in custody.
bucket naked. He was doing as my man said,
This dumbass lady
Mhm.
go drive
on
off
top of a van.
in the police car like she really finna get away.
And see, he say that, but I say, she really didn't know what she was doing. Especially if you drugged up, you don't know what you're doing. You know, you. It's almost like being drunk. Most drunk people, they don't remember what they did the next day. If they're drunk, man. If you're just a little intoxicated, you'll probably remember that. But if you really tore out the frame, you're not gonna remember too much of what you did. So, and the drug effect is a lot worse than just a little alcohol. But once again, butt naked drugs, Chicago, taking over. But poor Sleepy Joe, he I think his chief need to pull him to the side once he, get the all stitched up and bandaged up, and just have a long talk with old Slow Joe and ask him, what were you thinking? Why did you leave your keys in the car? And how did she get in the vehicle and you didn't? What were you trying to do?
He took the car, took the police car and ran him over.
You know what?
A young guy.
I had a friend tell me one time, that's they tell I said on mine. So Sleepy Joe, Slow Joe, this didn't flow the way you wanted it to go. Hopefully, once you come to your wits and sit down and talk to the captain, then you can define to the captain actually what happened. Maybe you tripped over a rock or something and stumbled and fell, and she jumped up and went and got into your vehicle. That's a good story, Joe. Tell that story right there to see if it fly, and maybe your retirement won't come as soon as I'm thinking that it should, because ain't no way on this earth bucket naked somebody that's doing this laying on this concrete asphalt, you come and help them. Somehow or another, they get their bucket naked self up, get in your vehicle, it didn't run you over. You got some explaining to do, Joe. You got some explaining. You got some explaining. You got some explaining. You got some heavy explaining to do, because that just shouldn't fly. That shouldn't fly. Chicago, and once again, not only in Chicago, This is coming to your town soon. Keep your ears and eyes peeled.
Damn, this crazy.
Because, the zombie thing,
A naked
all the
ass
zombie
woman.
movies and series.
Police officer
We're
trying
going to
to
have
help her.
series of this right here.
And he
People
got out
walking
the
around
car,
buck
she
naked.
jumped in the car and ran
Hmm
him over.
I swear, you
Jumped
know
in the
what?
police car and drove off.
The metropolitan cities, you're going to think that you're going to be at a nude beach somewhere because people just going to be walking around butt naked. Let this drug get on. Keep it up. Keep it up. That's all I got to
These
say. Y'all keep it
motherfucking
up.
crackheads gone wild over here.
He said crackheads. That was butt naked drug, bro. Butt naked drug. People, all seriousness, say no to drugs. Just say no to drugs. All seriousness. Just don't do it. Don't do it. This, mm-mm. it, it ain't right. It ain't right, and we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need it, guys. Until next time. I know we haven't done hot topics in a cool minute, but until next time, do what you got to do, but please don't walk around bucket naked.